Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And I've already announced it in my previous video, but if this one, this video, can get to 2,500 likes within 24 hours, which, by the way, we have hit a couple of times before, I'll be giving away 500 XRP. And all you have to do is make sure you press the like button, make sure you are subscribed, and make sure you comment something down below. And if we hit it, we'll announce a winner tomorrow. It's going to be crazy. So make sure you press that like button. Having said that, Ripple, fintech behemoth, and major US digital exchange Coinbase have transferred a massive amount of XRP tokens, a staggering 237 million. Oh my days. Now, the reason I sometimes like to cover this type of stuff is because people get really insecure about this. Whenever Coinbase transfers are going on, oh, you know how many emails I get, guys? Or people just asking me, Dustin, what's going on? What's going on with XRP? Why are they sending it to Coinbase? Are they going to dump it all? And man, I always say the exact same thing. If it is a transfer going from an unknown wallet to Coinbase, it most likely means that somebody has taken their XRP on whatever exchange, no, I guess I shouldn't say exchange, whatever wallet they had before, and put it now in a custody wallet. Because we are talking here about tens and sometimes, like here, hundreds of millions of dollars. These guys have personal bonds, right? The thing is, nobody ever is just going to deposit $100 million to Binance without any communication from the inside, basically, right? You can actually just literally have one personal guy going with you through everything because you're talking about potentially, again, hundreds of millions of dollars. This is not a simple thing to actually do because from a different perspective too, you can completely crash the market, which again, Binance make a lot of money with, but it would also be very, very bad for the exchange's reputation potentially if they were to allow something like that. If you could completely crash the entire market by just putting some money into it, it'll be a little bit strange. So they try to guide you through everything to make sure that the normal people are less affected and that a selling process, for example, would go kind of gradually. If you really have malintent, you can always crash it, but it's not in your best interest to do so because you'll most likely lose a lot of money that way too. I guess there's also some side ways to do it properly where, for example, if you have a pretty big short open, this is a side note, right? Not financial advice, not legal advice. If you have a pretty big short open, and you go to an exchange where you have the short open, for example, Binance, and go dump a lot of the coins, like a lot, or start to really move heavier into your shorts, for example, we're talking about potentially hundreds of millions of dollars, you can actually make sure that the price kind of catalysts, and so that you make a lot of money that way, right, with your initial short. And hopefully, most of the time, that's supposed to recoup all the losses that you get from dumping the coins, and potentially the rebound, you could actually go long once more. Having said that though, guys, these transfers are normally no big deal. It just basically means that some guy, some rich guy or some rich institution, I shouldn't maybe say rich institution, just some institution is moving some money around. But why, we do not know. As at this point, you cannot actually sell XRP on Coinbase unless potentially they have some one-to-one contract that Coinbase can guide them through the sale. But most of the time it's just using Coinbase as a custodian, right? So don't worry yourself too much about this type of stuff. If there's huge dumps, we would notice. But in this case here, the whole market is dumping, yet XRP is not really going staggeringly bad or anything like that. It's basically moving with the market. Then I saw this article, Best Cryptos to Invest in Spring 2021 from Bitcoin to Polkadot. And I want to give you guys a little side note of what I like, all right? I personally have a pretty well-diversified portfolio, and I'm thinking of making a Patreon where you guys can also maybe, check that out if you want my personal portfolio, and whenever I update it, I'll just update it there too. But basically, surrounding that is that I am right now mostly going for DeFi. If we're talking about new coins that I'm buying DeFi, and that used to be Ethereum. Like I used to buy only Ethereum itself, but right now I'm buying the DeFi coins that are, I guess, a layer upwards. It's just because I think those will keep popping off right now a little bit more exponential than some of the already established coins will. And I'm adding more and more XRP the more updates we get with this lawsuit. Because right now, for example, I saw this article, SEC rejects lawsuit dismissals by Ripple chiefs based on signature liability. And what that thing kind of referred to was that you kind of want to hold the controllers accountable for the actions of the company. All right, that's basically what it comes down to. For one part, again, not legal advice or anything like that. It could all be wrong, but I mean, the SEC rejects something. That's a pretty strange title. What the frick does that have to do with anything? Yeah. the SEC has no power to reject something like that. The only thing we can kind of say is maybe Ripple asks the SEC for some documents, for example, and the SEC didn't want to give it out. But everything like that will go through a judge, though, because, well, you can't really decide that on your own, because otherwise it wouldn't have been a case if they could just say, like, no, it's that or this. According to the SEC, Ripple executives Garlinghouse and Larson avoided knowing that XRP could be found to be a security in order to profit financially. Both had a strong financial motive to intentionally ignore the risk. That is true, though, right? Honestly, it is true. But, yeah, is it going to really work that way in court? That's still to be decided. In my opinion, though, most things I've been noticing here are just positive, and it's going to be a really difficult question. Did the Chiefs know that they were disregarding it or not? Very difficult. Brett Garlinghouse and Chris Larson have stated, well, we didn't know. And SEC is saying, well, you did know. Whatever you're saying right now, you're trying to dismiss it. You're not going to dismiss it because you did know. However, that's not the only point that's been going on, right? There's multiple points. Like, for example, did they actually have the jurisdiction? Then on a side note, what the SEC demanded from Brett Garlinghouse and Chris Larson was a 8-year history of their financial records. And first of all, I don't really understand how the frick you can come up with an 8-year, just a whole sheet of whatever you've purchased. I can go to one bank, but if you have ties to multiple banks and you use a lot of cash and you have got a lot of transactions inside companies, this can take you a month to figure out as well. Or it can take you at least, let's say, 100 hours to really put everything straight. That's not going to be a nice chore or task. That's not something normal you can ask from somebody if all you really want is their XRP-related transfers. Jod Deaton here says, my advice to Brett Garlinghouse or Chris Larson and Stuart Alderody is agree to provide the 8 years of all personal financial information on the condition that the SEC provides the same 8 years for Clayton, Hinman, Berger, Gensler, etc. Clayton and Hinman law firm clients ties to Bitcoin, Ethereum, etc. And the thing basically here is that it's, in my opinion too, but again, my opinion does not really matter for this. In my opinion too, it's a little bit of an overreach where the SEC is just trying to fish out some extra information from Ripple, or maybe I should say the founders of Ripple, or I shouldn't even say founders, because I don't think Brett Garlinghouse has been there for that long. He's been there since 2015. Okay, what are we calling it? Executives, let's call it like that, from Ripple. They just want to have that info, so hopefully they can find something sketchy in there, right? Which I talked about in the previous video, though, so we don't have to spend too much time on that. Then, regarding XRP price, guys, oh my days. I've been checking through these ideas all day, and, well, it's funny to see how so many people are bullish right now, and almost anybody here is talking about this horizontal resistance. Pretty fun thing is, that any one of these has a different time zone. For example, here you can see 240 minutes, 1 day. Okay, here's another one, I guess the 60-minute here. There's a couple more ones, which you, of course, now that I'm trying to showcase it, you don't really see. But whenever I open this, there's so many people talking about this recent triangle that's happened right now. And I thought it was pretty funny that everybody's kind of seeing the same thing right here, or they're copying each other. But I've said it before, if we want to go crazy, we have to break upwards of 50 cents, which might be in the pipeline really soon, might not be. We don't really know for certain, but I'm not trading XRP right now. I'm not doing anything crazy. If I had to pick something, though, I would say I would personally stay away from it for a little second. That means not buy, not selling, because it's in a neutral territory. The law side of things are looking good, but yeah, is Bitcoin looking that good? I think so. Though. Yeah, maybe I would actually say buy. No, I guess if I had to change my mind, I would still say we buy it, just because I'm so extremely bullish on Bitcoin. And even Ripple has said before, most of what happens to XRP is because of Bitcoin, not because of Ripple. Then I'm going to quickly say go check out GSX. A link will be down below because it's the first gold-backed coin and the first growth coin. Right now it's 10 cents per coin plus an 8% bonus plus another 5% for using my link. And somebody told me, man, their Twitter is a little bit strange. So I'm not too sure about exactly what happened to their Twitter. For me, it's still up. So I'm not exactly sure. This is, by the way, part of another bigger cryptocurrency, if you were wondering. But the most interesting thing is on their Twitter as well, they have a whole video series of a freaking founder of the project and founder of Apollo the crypto and a whole AMA and stuff like that. Yeah, it's actually pretty interesting, even though it's not really my type of style, right? It's not really something I sometimes, like to, or no, it's not sometimes, that I like to be involved with or look into, those AMA types of things, except for the ones from Charles Hoskinson. But maybe some people like it because, well, there's a lot of allegations everywhere. But yeah, go check it out. Link will be down below. I personally have a couple $1,000s in it because I'm thinking, well, it's a good risk to reward. My whole story about the AMA, do with it as you please. I just saw it just now, like 5 minutes before starting the video. I just saw they had a whole AMA session with the founder. Maybe people like that type of stuff. I'm not quite sure. Then, Ubiquiti launches Aviation blockchain with plans to integrate VeChain. Aviation industry blockchain platform Aeroporia has been launched on Ethereum with plans to integrate VeChain. Companies using the platform will be able to create NFTs and improve registration processes. And I think that this is a very smart move if we're looking from the real perspective of power in the space, right? If we're thinking about really moving along with the way things are going right now, for example, the NFTs, this type of stuff is always very, very good, especially now that it's regarding VeChain. And oh my God, you guys already know, right? I'm extremely bullish on VeChain too, so I like to see that type of stuff. But guys, that was it for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe, and I will definitely see you guys again in another crypto video.